In this video, I want to cover a couple of small but very useful functions on the BR1600, markers and scrubbing. When you're editing a song, it's important to be able to locate the exact start or end point of an audio passage so that you can accurately position a punch-in point or to use when editing a track. For this, you can use the scrub function. When you use the scrub function, an extremely short 45 millisecond section of a single audio track is played repeatedly. This is either directly before the current position or directly after. The related scrub preview allows you to play 1 second of all the audio tracks either before or after the current location. By combining scrub and scrub preview, you can very accurately locate any point in an audio track that you need to. To use the scrub function, hold the stop button and press play. The play button will flash and scrubbing will begin. You can select which track to scrub by using the track arm buttons. You can only scrub on one track at a time. The track being scrubbed will be displayed on screen along with a level meter. The scrub direction will be shown as either scrub to or scrub from. When you create a new song, the default direction is scrub from. This will play 45 milliseconds of audio from the current location, while scrub to will play 45 milliseconds up to the current location. So if you want to find the start point of an audio phrase, use scrub to and use scrub from to find an endpoint. Use the cursor to highlight location and the time value wheel to move the current location little by little until you can hear the audio you want to locate the start or end point of. Scroll using seconds initially to find the general area and then switch to frames and subframes to locate the exact point. Once you have the position located, you can use scrub preview to hear 1 second of audio along with the rest of the tracks either before or after the current location. Scrub preview is off by default. To enable it, go into Utility and Scrub Preview. Highlight Preview Switch and set it to on. This is also where you can change the scrub direction between to and from. These settings are song specific, so if you want anything other than the default, they need to be enabled and saved with each new song. With preview enabled and scrubbing in progress, press either the fast forward or rewind button. Rewind will play 1 second of audio leading up to the current location, while fast forward will play 1 second directly after it. Press stop to end scrubbing once you've identified the exact point you need. If any of the tracks are muted, this will be disabled when using scrub preview. The marker function allows you to place markers at any point throughout a song. Once set, you can jump to any of the specific locations you've marked. As well as being useful for assigning sections to a song, such as intro, chorus, and verse, they can be used for defining locations for track editing. To set a marker location, press the mark button. This can be done in either play or stop mode. A new mark is created and the number is shown at the top of the screen. If a marker is added between two existing markers, then the new mark will take the number directly after the one it follows, and all subsequent markers will be increased by 1. You can have up to 100 markers per song, numbered sequentially starting from 1. It's not possible to add a new marker within 0.1 seconds of another. You can use the marker search buttons to jump to locations within a song, or highlight the marker field and use the time value wheel. A marker remains on screen until the next marker location is reached and then it's replaced. To delete the current marker shown, press the clear button. All subsequent markers will be decreased by 1 to close the gap and keep all the markers sequential. To move a marker, go to the Utility menu and press Marker. Use the time value wheel to select a marker and highlight either the location measure or time. Change the location using the time value wheel. As well as being given a number, all markers can be assigned a name. Select a marker number and highlight the name field. Use the cursor and time value wheel to add a name or description. Marker names remain tied to the mark location and are not affected by additional marks being either inserted or deleted. Markers can also be used to indicate song divisions on an audio CD. This is especially useful if you have a continuous recording containing more than one song from a live performance, for example. You can use this feature to create track locations for a CD when it's burnt using the disk at once method. To create a CD track marker, you can either edit an existing marker or create one specifically. To use an existing marker, set the CD track option to on from the marker menu. At the same time, the name will be set to the corresponding CD track number. If the marker was previously named, the name will be deleted and replaced with the track number. To create a CD track marker directly, hold down the tap button and press mark. The letter T is shown in the marker display to indicate that it's a CD track marker. You can have up to 99 tracks on a standard CD, but a track cannot be less than 4 seconds long. Any markers located closer than 4 seconds will be disregarded during the burning process. Scenes allow you to save different mixer and effect settings for a song. These can then be recalled automatically during recording or playback using markers. This is called auto scene and can be used as a form of mix automation. This is enabled by assigning a scene to a marker from the marker menu. I'll cover this in more detail when I do a video on scenes. Lastly, the BR1600 can be made to stop automatically at marker locations, either in play or record mode. To enable it, go to the Utility and System menu, scroll down to Marker Stop and set it to on. The BR1600 will now stop each time it reaches a marker location.
My fear is lost.
We won't cover track editing in this video, but I'll do a quick demonstration to show how you can use scrubbing and markers to make an edit to a track. For the sake of the demonstration, let's assume that we want to remove the initial intake of breath just before the start of the vocal on this demo song. We'll go into the Utility Scrub Preview menu, and as we want to find the start of the vocal, we'll change from the default scrubbing direction to Scrub 2. We'll also set Scrub Preview to on. To find the point where the vocal starts, hold stop and press play to start scrubbing. The vocal on this song is in stereo and uses track 1 and 2, but you can only scrub on one track at a time. Let's use track 1 to start by pressing the track 1 arm button. Let's highlight the second field and scroll until we can hear the start of the vocal. Now we can switch to frames to pinpoint the exact edit location. As we scrub, we want to get past the initial breath to where she starts singing My. As the direction is set to Scrub 2, the current location point is at the end of the audio that we hear, so we need to find the point just before she starts to sing. We can use Scrub Preview to check using 1 second of audio either side of the current location. If we lower all of the faders except for the vocals, we can hear them in isolation.
My fear.
To verify this works for both vocal tracks, let's switch over to track 2. If you listen with headphones, you can hear that the breath is in the before preview.
My fear.
And the start of the vocal is heard cleanly in the after, so our current location is correct. We'll use the mark button to add a marker to save the location, and marker number 3 is now added to the song. Now we can use this marker to edit the vocal tracks. Go to Utility, Track, and Erase. For the source track, we'll use track 1 and 2 v track 3, which is the dry vocals we were listening to. As our edit occurs before the start of the vocal, we don't need a start point. We can just erase everything from the start of the song and leave the default start position as is. Use the cursor to highlight the end location and press display format to switch to markers. Use the time value wheel to set marker 3 as the end point. This will now delete all audio on the selected tracks from the start of the song up until marker 3. Press go to complete the edit and exit to go back to the home screen. If we go back to marker 3 and use the scrub function again, we can hear that the breath before the word my is now gone.
My fear. My fear.
Let's hear the edit in context with the rest of the tracks.
My fear is lost, and I can't feel.
I think you can see how using scrub preview and markers make it very easy to find and set edit points. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.